Hey Shane, how are you?
Good. How are you, Brittany?
Pretty good. Would you be available to answer a quick 18 questions?
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Great. So what's your position at Aquaterra and how long have you worked here?
So I'm a GIS specialist with Aquaterra, and it's going on 6 years now. So time certainly flies.
So what does your job entail?
So it entails creating maps, updating our asset data, locations of hydrants, valves, basically any of our asset data, even infrastructure at the plant as well. And another part of our team's job is to provide solutions to staff in terms of GIS, like we have GPS equipment that we maintain and make sure our staff have access to capture data. And we work with different departments to help in decision making any way we can as it relates to providing the data, spatial data, as well as attribute data that's relevant to the work that they do.
So what is GIS and what are some of the benefits?
Okay, so GIS stands for Geographic Information Systems, and basically we're looking at two components. You're looking at geography, so the location of something, as well as information about whatever you're looking at, whether it's hydrants, valves, treatment plant buildings. Benefits are it certainly helps in decision making. We can understand where something is located and find out and easily access information about those assets, whether it be the year that hydrant was installed, any deficiencies that those assets may have. There's many different ways you can interpret that data and use it to help you make decisions about what you're doing.
So what is something you are great at cooking?
Wow, okay. My kids would probably tell you popcorn. I'm definitely a popcorn connoisseur. I have a kettle popcorn. It's like a stovetop kind of thing, and I think I've mastered the art making popcorn. Anywhere down from the kernels to the butter and the salt, I got a pretty good recipe. So kids enjoy it, and that's my go-to snack for sure.
And who doesn't love popcorn, right?
That's right, yeah.
So do you have any special skills or talents that someone may not know about you?
I dabble in the DJ music side of things, so that's something I started doing when I was younger, and unfortunately I've kept doing it just as a hobby, but done the staff Christmas party. Hopefully have that again this year, and yeah, it certainly keeps me busy. Something fun to do in my spare time.
So are there any exciting projects coming up in GIS?
Absolutely. We have the open data portal will be hosted on the external website. It's a gateway to our maps, data sets, asset data sets, solutions as well for external users. And we're really excited to roll that out. There's going to be more information on that coming soon.
Awesome. I know it's something that we're all really excited to be able to provide some interactive services for our customers. So have you ever won a contest?
Oh, geez. You know what? I can't, nothing really sticks out in my mind. Don't have too much luck when it comes to contests. My wife has won a few things. She recently won, I think it was something the city was doing, like a treasure hunt, and she won a small prize to that. But unfortunately for me, no cars or cash prizes. We'll see what happens. Maybe there's some luck for me in the future.
I'm the same way. I never win, but my husband always does. It's good to be married to those people that win, right?
Sure, yeah.
So you have recently taken on a new look for Aquaterra. Can you tell us more about it?
In May, we partnered with the Downtown Association, and that's to create awareness around the project that's taking place this summer. And they are upgrading our water and sanitary infrastructure along 100 Ave and 101 Ave. Basically, that's going to improve the main street of the city, and they created an avatar for myself, which is pretty cool. So you can check out, I believe it's a city's Facebook page to find more information about that and see what my my character looks like. Yep, that's certainly spreads awareness about what Aquaterra is doing in the community and in the city. Yeah, my kids certainly enjoyed that.
So in your opinion, what is the most beautiful place on earth?
I don't know. That's a tough one. I think Vancouver, the West Coast is one of the most beautiful places I've seen because you have that perfect mix. You have the mountains, you have the ocean, they have some rainforest. That side of Canada as well. So yeah, lucky to have such a nice place to visit in our own country here.
If you were the captain of a pirate ship, what would be the name of your ship?
Oh, you put me on the spot here, Brittany. I'm gonna be cheesy here and say the Love Boat or something. I'm all about people getting along and having a good time. So I know it's a pirate ship, but let's go with the Love Boat.
So as part of the engineering team, what are your main goals?
Definitely providing oversight of corporate interests in terms of capital projects, development projects within the community as well. Engineering team prepares master plans for those the long-term, focus of development of our infrastructure. We enforce design and construction standards as well to make sure that infrastructure that is installed is in compliance with our own standards as well. The engineering team approves preliminary designs, reports, servicing studies, just making sure that the reports and the preliminary work that goes into designing some of our infrastructure is in line with our own long-term goals. We monitor models for our infrastructure as well and assess utility systems. So we obviously have the treatment plant, and we have our linear assets within the field or doing water infrastructure, updating capital plans as well, infrastructure charge policies as well for development. Something that I'm involved is in updating our asset inventory. So making sure that we have updated maps so we know where our infrastructure is and maintain information about our infrastructure's installation dates, the type of infrastructure that we install in the field as well. So there's quite a lot involved. And we definitely have a good team here.
So what is your most treasured possession?
Okay, I gotta say it's got a framed picture on my wall, and it also includes a piece of the net from the Raptors championship win there in 2019. I picked that up as soon as they won. Obviously, I'm sporting a Raptors shirt here, so I'm a big fan, but yeah, just a piece of history there. It was definitely nice to see them win that championship, and got it on my wall. So that's something I highly value.
Awesome. So what other departments at Aquaterra do you work most closely with?
Definitely in the engineering department. We work together to make sure that when new projects take place, we get the information regarding our assets into the system, and engineers audit the mapping that we update to make sure that everything looks right and we're not missing anything, as well as keeping the information up to date as sometimes projects change. We work with DC a lot as well, so the operators have GPS units. If they find an asset's missing in the field or if it's in the wrong location, it's really valuable to have them because they're in the trenches, so to speak. They have a lot of exposure to our infrastructure in the field, so they provide us that information to keep our mapping up to date and accurate. GIS almost touches every department. I don't want to leave anybody out, but the treatment plant, especially with City Works coming online, we're working with the treatment plant to make sure that all of our vertical assets, so that's the pumps, all of those components within the plant are updated in GIS, because the back end of CityWorks, the database, is our GIS database. And like I said, we almost touch every department, because anytime we have to update information about our assets, that comes through GIS.
So what sentence would you most like to hear from your boss? I'll make sure that he hears this.
The sentence that I like to hear is can you help me with something? And I know it sounds, pretty mundane, but for myself and the team, and I think we get the most satisfaction from helping our coworkers here. So, for example, every year, question that pops up is what is the total length of sewer and water mains that we have in the system? And without GIS, that's a very tough question to answer. GIS, because we have such a good system of updating our asset data, we actually created a dashboard where you can see as new sewer mains and water mains are added to the system, the numbers dynamically updated, so we know exactly the total length of sewer and water main that we have in the system. So those type of questions come up. Anytime we can help anybody with a question that they may have is what we like to hear.
So what is your favorite thing to do with your family?
Definitely travel. We have a 2 and a 4-year-olds. Take them outside, take them to the park, take them to the beach, take them swimming, just anything to get them, outside the house, off the iPad, off the TV, just keep them active. So anything outside the house. Got pretty short attention spans too, so they enjoy being outside. So that's certainly our favorite things to do with them, just spend time with the kids.
So what is one important skill you think that everyone should have?
I think teamwork is a good skill to have, especially with Aquaterra. Like for myself personally and for my team, just reaching out to each other, seeing if you need any support, if you need any help. It's certainly a good skill to have, and I think it helps everyone because not everybody is as quick to ask for help. So sometimes just being proactive and reaching out to your coworkers and asking them if they need any help goes a long way. So I think it's definitely an important skill to have.
So what characteristic do you value the most in your coworkers?
I think just being proactive is definitely a nice skill to have. I think for myself and the team here, we're all proactive. Like we know our strengths, we know the areas where we need to improve on, and just being proactive, like taking the initiative to do things, really helps. Again, especially in the environment that we've been in with COVID, just kind of taking that extra step to do things without being told to do it, especially for us, goes a long way. There's a lot of data that we're managing. There's a lot of support that we provide to the company. So taking the initiative to do things makes all of our jobs easier.
So our last and 18th question is, how does your position help support Aquaterra's core purpose of growing healthy communities?
So I would say on the end of technology, I think our team really sits on the forefront of that, like in terms of the software and the solutions that we provide to our staff, like especially with CityWorks coming online, certainly has helped not only DC but also management keep track of changes, keep track of our progress. For example, like we have these dashboards that we've started to create, and they help us keep track of our KPIs, key performance indicators. And it's a really easy way to see, what's done and what's left to be done as Aquaterra grows, as we expand. Managing that change, keeping track of our progress, things that need to get done certainly goes a long way, because the more we take on, the more important it is to manage our assets and manage that change. So I think the support that we provide certainly goes a long way, and certainly in line with the company's goals of growing healthy communities.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Shane, for your time. We really appreciate it.
No problem. Yeah, I hope you learned something interesting about me. So it was good to do this. Good to talk.
Definitely. Well, thank you so much.